When things seem kind of quiet in college football, get ready for a loud Saturday, and we're going to get you ready to go, starting with the latest news happening in the sport. And let's head to the Swamp, where there are still question marks surrounding the future for Billy Napier. Of course, they were on a bye week last week, and so they did not play a game, but we're continuing to track the status of the head coach of the Florida Gators in Billy Napier. There's questions surrounding his future, and there's questions surrounding the future of athletic director Scott Strickland. And so let's go ahead and welcome in our college football insider, Matt Zenitz, for more on this situation. And Matt, I'll just start with what you've got for us. What is the latest with Florida and with Billy Napier?
There's still no final determination on Billy Napier from Florida as of yet, but obviously it's no secret that this continues to trend in a direction that probably more likely than not going to be a change there. Although I will note that it is an important stretch for Billy these next few weeks, where I have at the very least a couple winnable games, including UCF this weekend. And at the very least for him, if going to have any chance of saving his job, probably at the very least going to need to get Florida in position where don't have a losing record, and that will require winning 4 more games at the very least the rest of the way. I will throw in to go along with that, just looking ahead, when something does happen with Billy Napier, that a couple names that industry sources continue to bring up as potential candidates for that job are a combination of Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss and James Franklin at Penn State. Definitely continue to be 2 popular names among industry sources should Florida ultimately make a move with Billy Napier.
I know CBS Sports is reporting that it's a matter of when, not if, and that he could be fired at any moment. Do you have any sort of read on a timing for this decision?
I don't think it's imminent, just from what I've gotten on my end so far, and there are different factors that go into that. I'm not saying that something couldn't ultimately happen sooner than what I'm currently expecting, but at least based on the latest information that I have, it doesn't seem like Florida has any reason to rush this, even though, again, I don't think it's a secret what the likely outcome is as things stand right now.
All right, Matt. My next question here is, I heard that you spoke with some NFL scouts about Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe and Carson Beck for Georgia. That was a fun duel that we saw on Saturday, but what are they telling you about their potential NFL futures?
So 2 things. We'll start with Jalen. So Jalen, it's interesting because coming into the year, the feedback that I was getting from people in the NFL personnel, NFL scouting world was that Jalen was anywhere from a day 3 prospect to projecting as a backup type player, or potentially even a practice squad developmental type guy at the NFL level and as a prospect. And it's progressed from that being the feedback to last week talking to people that felt like he was starting to emerge as a potential top 3 round draft prospect. And then now, coming out of that performance against Georgia, when posted 374 passing yards, career high for him, 120 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, now have had different sources in the NFL scouting world share this week that feel like it's far from out of the question that Jalen could ultimately end up now as potentially even a first-round player. To follow up on that with Carson, obviously with Carson, that was a less than ideal first half for him, probably the worst 2 quarters of his Georgia career. But as crazy as this may sound, considering what the start of the game looked like for him, that there are actually different people in the NFL world that feel like he may have helped himself from a draft stock standpoint with that game. And that's because of just how he responded and essentially overcame adversity during the course of the second half. So went from that terrible first half to throwing for 350 plus yards, whatever it was, during the final 2 quarters, including 250 yards in the fourth quarter alone to go along with 2 touchdowns. And the mental resolve that he showed in doing that is something that definitely did not go unnoticed with people in the NFL world.
It's those intangibles that NFL draft scouts talk about all the time. Our NFL insider and draft expert, Ryan Wilson, as of this week, still has Carson Beck going #1 overall. So clearly he has helped himself with what he did last Saturday and hoping to continue that again this Saturday against Auburn. Next up, Georgia. Dealing with quite a few injuries. I don't think either of us have time to list that entire injury report, but I want to ask you about one in particular, their linebacker, Smael Mondon. He's definitely going to be out for this Saturday, but long-term wise, looking at this, Matt, what's the extent of his injuries?
So TBD on my end. So first of all, Georgia just throughout the course of the year as a whole has had an unfortunate run of injuries, not only overall, but within the front seven defensively, and this is the latest one for them. What I have information-wise on my end, though, is that Smael Mondon has had a foot issue that he's been dealing with since last year, and that this has now flared up again within the past week, and that's the reason that he's out heading into tomorrow against Auburn, and why it seems very much possible that this may not be the only game that he ends up missing.
The Dogs currently have 4 players out against Auburn, and as I mentioned, multiple are questionable. So we'll continue to track that. I know you will. I will not continue. I will ask you what's going to happen with that. Matt Zenitz, thank you so much for all the great information.